Hello my YouTube friends, Alejandra Urego here. I'm here with my second video on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about 50 facts about me. So we're just starting out with the YouTube channel and I just wanted to go ahead and get these facts out there so y'all can get to know me a little better. If you have followed me on Instagram or TikTok, whichever platform that you're coming from, that way you can have a little bit more information and know a little bit about me basically. All right, 50 facts. Starting from number 1. My known name is Alejandra Urego, but that is not my legal name. So that's fact number 1 that y'all should know. Y'all know me as Alejandra Urego, but that's not my legal name. Oh, number 2. I'm a Pisces. I was born in March. If y'all want to know, y'all want to send me a birthday present or anything like that. Starbucks hobby. I'm a Pisces. I was born in March 10, 1991. So, yeah. I'm almost 32 years old. Number 3. I am the youngest of 4 siblings. We are basically almost 7 years apart each one. So my brother, it's like 7 years older than me, and my sister's 14, and then my older brother around 5 or 6 older than my other sister. I can't really do the math, but basically when I was growing up, my older brother was already out of the house and married. And also when I was like 10 years old, my sister was already married as well. So I kind of like grew up like the younger child, but only child, kind of. A little, I don't know. Number 4, I'm a realtor and help people buy and sell their homes in the Atlanta metropolitan area. So if you live near Atlanta, contact me. I can be your realtor. Number 5, some of my nicknames have been Ale, Marita, Mariana, Anna. Anna is kind of weird, but my husband calls me Anna sometimes. It makes me think if he had an ex or something, I don't know. All right, 3 of my fears. One of them is nyctophobia, which is basically fear of the dark. And yeah, I'm really scared of the dark. I don't know why, but I am. 2 is acrophobia, which is fear of heights. And I have been getting a lot better with this because I like to hike and see views and all of those kind of things. So I have learned to face my fear, but sometimes that fear still comes back. Like 3 days ago, we went indoor rock climbing and I went like 3/4 up on the kids section and I had a panic attack because I felt like I couldn't let go to go down and I didn't know how to get off of there. And I was just there, my hands were starting to hurt and I was just like, I can't do this. I do try to face that fear because of the things that I like to do, but it still kind of lingers in there. And my 3rd fear is entomophobia, which is fear of insects and bugs. I hate them. I can't handle bugs. I can't. Number 7, the last song I listened to today, and that was Confia by Mickey A. I don't know if you've heard this song before, but if you haven't, check it out. 8, what I ate for lunch today. Today I ate a sandwich with chips and Valentina. It was pretty easy to make. So that's what I did. Number 9, favorite vacation spot, Destin. All right, maybe I love to go to California. That's like my favorite spot ever. But like since Destin is a lot closer and it's the beach, like 5 hours away from here, I think that's my favorite vacation spot, just because we can just drive 5 hours and be on the beach already, without having to plan much or spend too much. So it has become one of my favorite spots. Number 10, what I really want. I think that one of the things that I really, really want is a convertible. That's one of the things that are on my vision board, a convertible. I will have a convertible one day. Number 11, what my significant other loves about me. I think that the thing that they love the most about me is probably my junk in my trunk. Number 12, what my favorite movie is Twilight. I know. There's so many wrong things about it, but I just love the romance from that movie, and I just like it. I don't know. Am I wrong for liking that movie? Number 13, my favorite song, Redeemer by Nicole Millen. I feel like every time I hear this song, it's like, I don't know, it kind of makes me want to cry. Okay. Anyways, number 14 are 3 things that upset me. I'm still kind of tearing up about this song. Hold on. I've been super emotional lately, okay? All right, so 3 things that upset me. Number 1 is a dirty house. I can't stand a dirty house. I'm not talking about other people's houses. I'm talking about my house. Like, if it's other people's houses, I understand, because my house is always dirty, right? It upsets me. Like, especially when I'm like super busy and working, seeing the house that is dirty kind of stresses me out more. Number 2 is when my kids don't listen to me. Like, if I tell them to do something and they just don't listen and don't obey, it's like, that upsets me. And number 3 is basically having to repeat myself again. So if I told you what I'm doing or what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and then tonight you ask me again what we're doing tomorrow, I'll repeat it. But then tomorrow, if you're like, so what are we doing? If I have to repeat myself over and over again, that will kind of upset me. Am I the only one that gets bothered by this? Like, repeating things? Like, let me know in the comments below, because I feel like I'm alone in this. Number 15, 3 things that make me happy. Number 1 is traveling. Number 2, gifts and flowers. And number 3, dates. I enjoy dates. I like to date a lot. Number 16, someone I miss. Okay, and I'm not gonna elaborate on this because then I will literally start crying every time I talk about her. But someone I really miss is my mom. And period. The end of it. Okay, before something happens here. Okay. Number 17, someone I love is God, and I feel like I don't show that enough to him. I don't. Number 18, if I have any kids, yes, I do have 3 kids, and they're growing so fast. Like, where did time go? Like, I don't know where time goes, because like, I feel like I'm still young, but my kids are so big already. Number 19, how many hours of sleep I got yesterday. I got 7.5 hours of sleep last night. I went to sleep at 12 and I woke up at 7:30. Number 20, something I miss from childhood is my mom. And my mom's presents, my mom celebrating birthdays and Christmas, and basically everything that revolves around my mom. Number 21 is what my favorite animal is, and it's dogs. I'm a dog person. If I was to have a pet, I would have a dog. Number 22 is if I have any pets, and yes, I do have two dogs, and they are Great Pyrenees. They're about this big. They're white, furry. If you don't know what Great Pyrenees are, search them up. Basically, they are livestock guardian dogs, so they take care of our flock, of our chickens, because we do have chickens as well. And yeah, those are our pets. Number 23, something I've lied about. I would say that is my name, and we started off with this, like, everyone knows me as Alejandra, and that's not my real name. Number 24, something that is currently worrying me. I would say maybe finances. I am not where I want to be financially, so that's something that's currently worrying me. Number 25, an embarrassing moment. I think the embarrassing moment was one day that I went to the bathroom here in my house, and then I left. I went in the car, I went to a store, I got off the car, and I walked all over the grocery store, and then got back to my car, and then I got out of the car again on Dollar Tree. I'm walking down the parking lot, and there's a woman beeping at me, and I was like, why is she beeping at me? And then I turn around and she's like, your dress is inside your underwear. I can see your butt. And that was like the most embarrassing moment of my life, just to think that I was already in her previous store and that I was just like walking around showing my butt and my underwear to everyone. That was so embarrassing. And I called Max and I'm like, you did not see me get out of the bathroom and that my dress was up? Like, you couldn't have told me? He's like, no, I didn't realize. And I'm like, I have been walking around like this for the past hour or two. Oh, number 26, what my last text message says. And it says, the last text message I sent was a que hora. And I was just, that means what time. I was just texting a client, asking them what time they want to meet tomorrow to see a house. That's my last text message. Kind of boring, but that's what it was. Number 27, 3 bad habits that I have. Number 1, I would say that it's eating at night. I know that I'm not supposed to, and that you're supposed to eat your heaviest in the morning and your lightest at night. But in reality, in the morning, I'm just so busy trying to get ready and just get ready for the day and do other things and be proactive. Like, I don't have time to think what I'm gonna eat. So basically, I just don't eat in the morning until like it's noon or 1 p.m. that is lunch. So I brunch at that time. And then around 4 or 5 p.m. I eat dinner. And that's the meal that I cook for the family, or that my husband cooks for the family. And that's the time that we get together to eat 1 time a day. And we call that dinner. So we eat brunch and we eat dinner. But then when it's like 8 or 9 p.m. and it's already, I'm done working and I just want to relax, I want to have a snack and I want to eat strawberries with chocolate or bread with hot chocolate, or just things that are just like the unhealthiest things. This is what I would eat at night. And that's like one of the worst habits that I have. And it just relaxes me so much and it's so hard to get rid of it. I just can't seem to eat my bread with my hot chocolate in the morning, because then like, what am I gonna do to relax in the evening? Like, I'm busy in the morning. I don't want to sit and eat coffee and bread in the morning, or chocolate and bread in the morning. I want to do it at night when I'm relaxing and I'm just already trying to distress, you know? I don't know. The second bad habit that I have is not being consistent with my skincare routine. I don't wash my face every morning and don't wash it every single night. So I'm like not consistent. I'm trying to be more consistent lately. And I could say that maybe 4 or 5 times a week I wash my face at night, but only like 2 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week in the morning. So not very consistent, but I'm getting a lot better, because I used to not even do it at all. And the third thing that is a bad habit of mine is I stress easily. I think that's a bad thing, because like sometimes like my husband's like, calmate, calmate, like calm down. And I'm just like, oh, but I'm so stressed out right now. And I don't know how he can keep calm all the time with like things that go on. And he gives me peace. Like, the other day I was at a restaurant and I was just so stressed out because of the fact that I was hungry. We couldn't find a restaurant to eat. Then the other restaurant that we found, it was like an hour wait, and then we had to find another restaurant, and it was like 25-minute walk from where we were. We rented a bike, we went over there, and then we went there and the restaurant was closed. And then I was like, we just rode bike all the way over here, 25 minutes, and then they closed the restaurant. And I was like so stressed out. So by like the time that it was already lunch, and it was like 3 or 30 p.m., it was really late and I was already hangry, and everyone's already stressed out because of me, but I was stressed out because of this whole situation. And I was waiting for my food in the table, and I was holding my husband's hands, and I was like trying to breathe in and breathe out, like trying to calm down, telling to myself everything is okay, you're gonna survive, you're gonna eat, you are healthy, you have your family here with you, they love you, like trying to like say positive things to myself, like bombarding me with positive things, so like I could feel better, and not think about the bad things that just happened during the day, so that way I can just get in a better mood to have a better day and continue on a good day instead of like continue on this stressed out bad day that I was already having. And that was like a little bit of story time of what happened not too long ago, but so you can get an idea of how easily I get stressed out. Number 28, 3 of my future goals. Number 1 is get 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Almost at 100, and that kind of makes me happy because I basically started from 0. I just started this YouTube channel last week. This is my 2nd video, so almost being at 100 subscribers. I'm like, but one of my goals is to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you are watching me and you are interested in modest fashion and traveling and basically a Christian lifestyle, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. My number 2 goal is get out of debt. So yes, I do have debt. And number 3 is lose 20 pounds. Like, I gained so much weight this year. And I think that when I see my pictures from last year, I'm like, like I've gained so much weight. And we can attribute that to the fact that I have a bad habit of eating at night. Honestly, I don't feel like I eat a lot during the day. I think it's just like the fact that I eat the unhealthy food at night and then I go to sleep. How I'm gonna lose the 20 pounds, I don't know. But that's one of the goals, okay? 29 is what my 3 favorite stores are. And I would say it's Torrid, Eloquii, and Shein. And there's like a big price gap between those 3 stores. I mean, they're not super expensive, but I mean, you can say they're expensive somehow. Eloquii has so many nice clothes and they're plus size and they're just beautiful. Some clothes are like $100 and stuff like that, but the quality is good, so like it's worth it. I like Eloquii a lot. I also love Torrid. And what's funny with Torrid is that whenever I started posting on Instagram, I would take outfit pictures with things that I bought from Torrid, and I would wear it and tag them and all of that. But not until 2 years later, which is this year, 2020, I got my first collaboration with Torrid, and I was so excited because I'm like, I love Torrid so much. And I remember when I used to post about them and tag them, and now I'm getting a collaboration with them. And I couldn't believe it because I'm like, I love Torrid so much. And that's one of the things that I love so much about influencing, that I get to wear clothes and outfits and all of this from companies that I love already, that I was already buying from already. So I was really excited when I got a collaboration with Torrid. And Shein, I also love Shein. I have heard a lot of negative things about Shein, but I feel like there's a lot of people that can't afford Torrid or can't afford Eloquii, even though they're not super expensive, and they still want to dress cute. And I understand there's a lot of negative things about Shein. And I've heard about it. I get messages and DMs all the time and comments on my Instagram reels about Shein. But look, there's girls that can't afford other clothes but Shein's. So don't give me drama. They have good clothes, okay? Number 30, my favorite food is wings. I love wings. Like, why are they getting so expensive? Like, I go to a restaurant, they want to charge like $1 per wing, like 10 wings, $10.49, $10.99. Like, why are they so expensive? It's just a wing. Number 31, my favorite dessert, chocolate. It involves chocolate, so it could be like a chocolate cake, but if I have to pick one favorite dessert, it's strawberries with chocolate. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make me some strawberries with chocolate tonight. Yeah, I have the ingredients, so yes, let's do it. Number 32, my favorite restaurant. When I say favorite restaurant, I don't mean like take me out on a date to this restaurant. That's not what I mean. I mean like favorite restaurant as in I could go there every day, I won't go broke, and I wouldn't get tired of eating there. It's Zaxby's. Zaxby's is my favorite restaurant. If you see me on Sunday afternoon and you want to ask me where we're going to meet, most likely we're going to Zaxby's. Number 33 is what I did yesterday. So basically, we got back from our trip from Chattanooga the night before yesterday. We got here pretty late, and so yesterday I took the time to do some laundry. And basically, what I did yesterday is just edit. I took the time, I edited like 4 or 5 videos for Instagram Reels and TikTok. And that's what I did yesterday. I was trying to look for inspiration, looking for music, trying to figure out the transitions and all that kind of stuff, and plan ahead of what post I'm going to be making for this week about Chattanooga. And that's what I did yesterday. And then I ordered groceries online, and I went to pick them up, and I went to the Mexican store and bought some carnitas or something like that. Costillas de cerdo, that's what it was, and that's what I bought, and some nopales. And then I came home. It was already like 8 p.m. and then I took the time to eat hot chocolate with bread and I watched a movie while I was wrapping presents. That's one of my favorite things during this season. It's just watching Christmas movies and wrapping presents. I don't know, I love it. Number 34 is something I'm talented at, and I would say is traveling for cheap. That's one of the things I'm good at, like planning a travel trip without spending a lot of money. And that's one of the things that we have been able to do as a family, is to be able to travel to several places. This year we traveled, but we didn't travel as much as last year or the year before, but we still traveled a lot. And that's one of the things that I like to do, is just find places that are not too expensive, or we camp, or like have all this system of how to save money during traveling. And we can talk about that in a different video if you're interested. Let me know in the comments below, and we can make a list. I have made this video on how to travel for cheap on Instagram Live, I believe, but I don't think I saved it. And if I did, it's probably all the way down there, because it was like maybe last year that I did that video, and I also have done a post with it. But if you're interested in hearing about what we do as a family of 5 to save money while traveling, just let me know in the comments below, and we can talk about it in another video. Number 35, what my idea is for a perfect day. My idea of a perfect day, I recently had it in Chattanooga, where basically I didn't have to think about money. I didn't have to think about saving money. My husband did cards, and we basically, whatever I chose, that's where we went, that's what we did. So if I chose coffee shop, I would eat breakfast at the coffee shop. If I chose hotel breakfast, we were gonna eat hotel breakfast. And then he did like a zoo and museum, and I picked zoo, so then we went to the zoo. It was basically this whole day of activities. And then we went to Rock City and we ate ice cream, and we did a lot of like different fun things. And then lastly, we went to dinner on the river. He ordered lobster and I ordered a steak. The food the whole day was amazing, and I just enjoyed that day. And I think that that's like my idea of a perfect day. And that's like, I don't know, I will save that in my like memory. Like my perfect day was in Chattanooga. I loved it. I had a great time. Number 36 is if I do anything in church. At church, I help out with the choir. We don't have a huge choir or anything like that, but like whoever wants to join to sing for special services or just for special songs, I basically help them out to take the song out and stuff like that. I don't know how you explain that. Also help out in the organ. I also play the piano sometimes. I haven't played recently because since my daughter took the piano and she's already got to a point that she's better than me, so I prefer her on the piano and me on the organ. But if I do have to play the piano, I can play the piano. Number 37, it's what my favorite influencer is. I have 2 favorite influencers right now. I cannot say what my future favorite influencers will be, but as of right now, I feel like I have been inspired by 2 Instagram accounts, and I can leave the link down below. It's Carl Demaro, that's one of them. She inspires me a lot. I love her outfits. I love her quality, her pictures. Like her house is amazing. Like she has inspired me a lot. So she's one of them, and another account is a travel. And Carl Demaro is lifestyle and also fashion. And the other account is basically travel, and it's two outsiders. They're basically a couple that inspires me because they travel and they live in Miami and they're local to here, and they go to places that I go to, like Gatlinburg and California, and like places that I would normally go to. Like there's so many Instagram travel accounts that I follow, but and of course they inspire me and all that, but like I see Greece and all of these places, and I can't relate to them right now at this moment because I have young kids. I'm not saying that you can't travel with young kids abroad, but that's not what we're doing right now. We're trying to get to know US more and travel around, like basically our neighborhood areas. So when I see accounts that are doing so good and I love their content, like two outsiders, and that they're local to the US, so I kind of watch their videos a lot more than what I would other travel influencers. I would love to go to Paris and China, Japan, Greece, Bali, or just a lot of places I have on my vision board, just not right now. Hopefully soon though, hopefully soon. Number 38, something that I would like to learn. I think that I would love to learn how to play the piano by ear completely. I can read chords and play the piano and kind of take out some melody out of it by ear, but I can't listen to a song and say, okay, these are the chords, or hear someone singing and continue playing. Like if I play by ear, like I'm not there yet. And that's something I would love to learn. And I'm just thinking that this video, I'm talking about a lot of things about my future and things that I would like. And probably like in 2 years, I'll look back into this video and say, I did these things. So it's really exciting to know that this video is out there, and it's a good way to look back to it in the future and kind of like reference of, look, I wanted to learn how to play by ear and now I'm doing it. So I don't know, that's what I think. Number 39, how I like to spend my day off from work. Do I ever have an actual day off? I think that the days off that we have done, Max and I, when we have days off, like we have them together, because if he's working and I'm at home, even though I'm not like working, showing houses or appointments, I feel like I'm still working, either with content creation or with the house, or just like basically in anything. So like I feel like whenever we do take the day off together, it's more of a day off because we both are there together. I don't feel right like taking the day off and he's out there working and no, I'm not. I don't know. What we do on our day off is that we write down a list with the kids of things that we want to do. So like Jonathan would say, I want to bike ride today. Sophie says, I want to play board games. And then Sarah could say, I want to watch a movie tonight and eat pizza. And I would say something like, we can cook together for lunch. We all get activities to do with the family, and we go throughout the day and do the different activities with the whole family. Number 40, my favorite cereal. I think my favorite cereal is Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Pebbles is chocolatey, and you all already know by now that I like chocolate. So that's my favorite cereal. I mean, it's full of sugar. That's why I don't buy it often and eat it often, but I love Cocoa Pebbles. Like childhood memories. Number 41, what is the meaning behind my username? So my username across all platforms like Pinterest, Like to Know It, Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube, it's Alice Sells Georgia. And Alice Sells Georgia started on Instagram as a realtor page. So that's why it's Alice Sells Georgia, because I'm a realtor in Georgia and I sell houses in Georgia. And then I started posting about travel, about our personal life, and then back then people were more interested about my personal life and my travel Then whenever I posted about houses, I know there's a lot of accounts right now that are growing pretty fast that are realtors. But that wasn't back then when I started, like 2 years ago on Instagram. They were more interested on my travel life and my personal life. So then I started to post more about that, my traveling and stuff like that. And then I started to get into modest fashion because there were girls that were interested more in what I was wearing and while I was traveling and what I wore basically on my regular life than my traveling. So then I posted about modest fashion, and I have been like back and forth between modest fashion and travel. So right now basically I just kind of like mix them both together, modest fashion and travel. I do get a lot more engagement when I post about modest fashion when I post about travel, but I still love to travel. And I feel like at a point I was posting more modest fashion than traveling and my other personal life, and it became like in my mind I kind of like, even though my Instagram account was growing because I stayed in one niche, in my mind I feel like a slave. Like I just have to post what they want and what they want and what they want. Like I want to go back to posting what I want, and it has to continue being fun for me than just what they want. Like, so that's why recently I started posting more about what I want to post and about traveling again, and a little bit more of that, even though I still have modest fashion in there. So that's basically my whole thing. And at YouTube, I want to get y'all used to, like, we're going to talk about life and we're going to talk about travel and we're going to talk about modest fashion, just not one thing. And probably it's going to be a lot harder to grow on YouTube because I'm not saying one niche, because like it happened on Instagram. I didn't grow on Instagram until I stopped completely posting about travel and continued posting just fashion. And that's when Instagram took off for me. But we have to make this fun for everyone, okay? I'll post modest fashion, I'll give y'all what y'all want, but y'all still have to love and like my content about travel. So like, let's keep it equal, okay? It's back and forth. I give you modest fashion, you engage on my travel. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 42, my favorite holiday is Christmas. I love Christmas. I think that's my favorite holiday. I also love Valentine's. Can we make my birthday a holiday? I guess Christmas it is. Number 43, what my favorite season is. And my favorite season, believe it or not, is summer. Okay, I know I like Christmas, but I don't like the cold. I feel like I'm allergic to the cold. I don't know. Is there a way I can test this? Is there a test for this? Because I feel like I'm allergic to the cold. I can't deal with the cold. Look, just thinking about it right now, I'm getting a sore throat. I'm not lying. I'm not. Anyways, summer. It's the whole vibe for me. Like, we go out to the lake, you have 4th of July, fireworks by the lake, on the boat. We can take the boat to the beach, to Destin, and there's so many fun things to do in summer. And in the winter, all I want to do is just go home, hibernate, and drink hot chocolate with bread. Let's bring summer back, okay? Please. Number 44. My closest social media friends. I have a lot of social media friends, like a lot. Like I really talk to them and I really like. Okay, number 1, I would say it's Ruby. I met her in person and I'm so bad keeping up with friendships sometimes because I'm so busy. Like, I'm not even kidding, I'm always so busy. But I would say that her, because I actually met her in person and we've gone out to brunch and we've had a good time and we've just connected into a more personal level. But I also have some other friends that I really, really love on social media. And I'm gonna mention just a few, just like Jocelyn, Abby Jo. I met Abby Jo also in person. I met her in Orlando last year. She's one of my close friends on social media. Did I mention Jocelyn? I think I did. Vianney, Vianney, I don't know how to say her name, but I'll leave her handle down below. Let me see what else other close friends that I have on social media. So it's Vianney, Gabriela, and I just have a lot. Eunice, Honestly Linda. There's another Gabriela that lives in Mexico. I mean, there's a lot of friends, okay, on Instagram, but those are like my closest friends, and that I would love to meet one day. I mean, I would love to meet a lot of people on Instagram. And this year, I got to meet like 3 influencers that are my friends on Instagram. I met Abby, I met Joanna, and I met Unique. And Unique, I just met her like last week. So it's very exciting to make new friends on social media. Like, I love making new friends on social media and actually getting to know them in person and meeting with them is like on another level. Number 45, do I want more kids? I have 3 kids. If God allowed it, yes, I would like to have another kid or even twins. Who knows? I would love to have twins, actually. I wonder if this is one of the things that I would look back into 2 years from now and say, look, I wanted to have kids and now I have one. We don't know. We don't know. Number 46, an addiction. My addiction is sweets. I love sweets. And they're just so good. Number 47, something strange that maybe you guys don't know about me is that I was on Caso Cerrado. I don't know if you all know about these episodes of Doctora Paula. No sé cómo se llama. I don't know what her name is, but Doctora Polo. I think that's what it is. She's like on Telemundo and she's like, Caso Cerrado. And I basically went and my dad was like suing my mom on a TV channel. And the whole thing is like set up, but I was there as a witness to sue my mom on the show. I got paid like $50. I was like 10 years old. Number 48. A fact that you guys don't know about me is that I used to own a newspaper before being a realtor. I owned the newspaper. Basically, my mom owned the newspaper. When she passed away, I took over it and I became the general manager and then owned half of the newspaper. It was a Hispanic, well, it is a Hispanic newspaper because it's still in circulation. Like, if y'all in Georgia, y'all can go look for it. As well with Georgia, I used to be 50% owner of the newspaper, and I used to go to events to like UC. I've met John Cena, I've met The Rock, I've met Prince Royce. I used to go to like concerts and be VIP everywhere. It was really hard for me going back to church and living a Christian life with this like worldly things that I was doing and going to like concerts and things that I wasn't supposed to be going to. So I think that God took me out of the newspaper world. I've been in Univision. I've done radio station interviews because I used to plan big events with the newspaper. I used to be the organizer, and we've had sponsorships and like a whole lot of stuff that I used to do back then. I think that God really like closed that door for me to open a new one, which was being a realtor and helping people buy and sell homes. And that's what I do now. And now I'm doing social media with you guys, but I'm not doing these worldly things anymore. Now it's a little bit more like family friendly things, you know, like we do things with the family and we travel, and I show you my modest fashion because I'm a Christian and I wear skirts and dresses and all of these things. But yeah, that's one of the things that probably you didn't know about me. Number 48, how I met Max. So if y'all follow me on TikTok and Instagram, y'all probably have seen Max on my videos and on my travel videos or my choosing my outfit video and all that kind of stuff. I met him in church, basically. I started to be friends with him and he wanted to be more than friends and I didn't want to be more than friends. And one day I told him I liked another guy and we were already friends by this point, and he told me he was at my house and he told me, you know what, I'm not even going to continue with this because I want to be more than friends and you don't want anything more than that. So just stop calling me, okay? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to continue with this. And he told me not to stop calling him, and he left the house. And when he left, I felt like, what? My mom told him, if you really like this guy, call him. And then I was like, okay, I mean, I didn't know I liked him, but now that he told me to stop calling him, it's just like, I feel like at that moment, that's when it hit me, like, I like this guy. And so I called him and I'm like, Max, so I'm calling to let you know that I'm going to continue calling you. I guess he was really happy that I called him. We have a whole book about our story, but yeah, that's how we met and we became friends. And at that time we had MSN, so we used to chat a lot on MSN. And then when we went to church, we were kind of like the awkward, couples that are just like, we don't really talk in person, we talk on MSN. And then we got engaged. It was crazy. I was young. I probably didn't know what I was doing, but I feel like I have fallen in love with him more with time, and I'm more in love with him now than when I got married to him. So I'm thankful, and I'm thankful to God for giving my husband to me, because I definitely don't think that I deserved him at all. I'm just glad he's my husband, and sometimes I'm just like, Max, thank you. He's like, why? And I'm like, because you made me your wife. Like, thank you. And he's like, you don't have to thank me for... I'm like, yeah, thank you for being my husband. Like, I don't know how you put up with me. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Number 49, how I got my real estate license. I got my real estate license in 2013. So it's almost gonna be 10 years that I've been licensed. So I got my license. Jonathan was like 4 months old. I had Sarah, she was 3 years old, and Sophie was 5 years old. So I had 3 kids under 5. And Jonathan was exclusively breastfed. I would work during the day. I got home like 4 or 5 p.m. I did take Jonathan and Sarah to work with me while I worked with a newspaper. That's what I was doing back then. I didn't want to leave them with any babysitter or anything, so I took them to work with me. Then in the afternoon, Max will stay with the kids while I went to night school to do real estate. And I got home like at 10 p.m., breastfed the baby, put him to sleep. At 11 p.m., I was doing my real estate homework. And around 1 a.m. I was done with my homework. It was already time to feed my baby again, and he would still be waking up like every 2 or 3 hours at night to feed, and then the next day do it all over again. And in real estate school, whenever they had like the breaks to go out to the bathroom, a lot of people would chat and talk and make friends. I was over there in the bathroom stall pumping because I needed to leave milk for the next day for Max to give Jonathan. But yeah, that's when I did my real estate school, 2013. I had a small baby, I had small kids, I had a job, and I have no idea how I managed everything, but I did it, and I got my real estate license. And look at that, look at me now. It's almost 10 years that I've been licensed. The last one, the last fact that you might not know about me is that I'm an introvert. I am an introvert person. And I feel like because I'm a Pisces, I can be around extroverted and I will be an extrovert with extrovert. And if I'm with introverts, I will be an introvert with the introverts. All through high school, I feel like I was an extrovert. I had friends and I would just be like all out there and very hyper. I was very hyper during my high school years. But I feel like since Max is an introvert, he made me into an introvert. So like right now I'm an introverted person. But yeah, like if I go, like I remember when I went to travel with one of my friends to California, we went 2 or 3 days. I think it was 3 or 4 days, something like that. I went with Rebecca, I think last year in September, and she's such an extroverted person and she talks to everyone. And I become an extrovert, and I think that has to do a lot about that I'm a Pisces. So since I'm married to an introverted, I feel like that really sticks on me and just makes me an introvert overall. But I can be fun. If you're all an extrovert, we can be friends. I could be an extrovert too. All right, that is all. I do want to mention that next week, the next video, I'm going to be talking about my winter staples on clothing. So I did want to bring some fashion into the next video, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to show you all what things that I buy that I really, really, really have to have during winter. Well, I'll see you all next week. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and leave anything that you might think that might be helpful or that you want to know about. Leave that down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching.